Hi, and welcome to Something to Talk About. I'm Linda McNamee, and as you saw from our introduction, we are going to be talking about people helping people. With all the holidays about to approach, or some have already happened, let's get into the spirit of giving and people being helpful and kind to one another, because I think that's what the world needs right now. So anyway, we are live this evening, so if you have a question for our wonderful guests, whom you will meet momentarily, you can always give us a call at 781-270-9199. Or if you have a suggestion for a future topic or think of the questions afterwards and not sure of the website or email address, you can always email me at talk@bcattv.org. As always, I would like to thank our crew for this evening. John Vias is subbing for the wonderful Mr. Chris Flaherty, who is taking some well-deserved time off. So thank you, John, for giving up your Wednesday and paying attention to those of us volunteers working on the show. Speaking of volunteers, we have Noel Donahue and Evan Peckham, who have given up their Wednesday evening to come to BCAT and help with the whole crew thing. So thank you, gentlemen. And last but definitely not least, I want to thank my husband, Paul, for staying home for Daddy Date Night. Even though he's not home for Daddy Date Night, he's actually at the library for Daddy Date Night. But still, he's spending quality time with his kids, which I deeply appreciate. Now, as promised, I would like to introduce my wonderful guests, Julie Lewis, who is the People Helping People Food Pantry Manager.
Yep.
And Judy Walsh, I kind of zoned on your last name, so I had to cheat. Judy, who is the president of People Helping People.
Yes.
So thank you both for joining me, giving up your Wednesday evening to come hang out at BCAT.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
You guys are okay. My perception is you're about to enter your crazy busy season, correct?
That is correct.
All right. So let's start by talking about what's coming up. So we are in November, even though the stores are trying to tell us it's already December, but we do have Thanksgiving coming up. What can you tell me about Thanksgiving and all the activities going on and what we can do to help?
Yeah, so we have our Thanksgiving distribution for the food pantry where we will give out all of the groceries needed, including frozen turkey, fresh vegetables, fresh rolls and pies, and stuffing and cranberry sauce. All the fixings for Thanksgiving meals for somewhere around 140 Burlington residents who might not otherwise be able to enjoy a nice Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
And that's happening on November 20th. On the 19th, the day before that, we're having a food drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the food drive.
It's like a drive-through food drive, isn't it?
Exactly. It's a drive-through food drive.
I like that little
catchy.
catchy.
Very convenient for people to drop off some non-perishable items. We're asking this year not just for the Thanksgiving items. We find that I've been doing this for about 10, 11 years with Thanksgiving. And we end up with way too much, of certain items at the end.
Okay.
So we're asking this year, instead of, an extra box of stuffing, maybe something else to stock the regular pantry shelves. Because once Thanksgiving is over, the food pantry will still be running and giving out food and household toiletry items, et cetera, every single week.
A lot of times people don't think of the food pantry needing paper towels or soap or tissues. It's flu season coming up.
Yeah.
We need tissues.
Tissues, baby wipes, diapers, those types of things too. Yeah. So this year we're asking for some other items. There's a list we have, we've distributed that we're asking for like cooking oil, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Just some other essentials, not just stuffing and cranberry sauce, but other things. So.
Well, you can't make fried chicken without cooking oil.
Yes.
So, or stir fry. Now, remind me again, because the food pantry recently, it seems recently moved.
Yes.
Where's the new location? Remind us again. And how's that new location working out?
Yep, so our new location is at 21 Murray Ave in Burlington. We used to be share the parking lot with St. Mark's Church.
Okay.
So we were there for how many years, Judy? You would know better than I would.
Since the late 80s.
Since the late 80s. So many years.
A few years.
Yeah.
No, the original pantry was knocked down and it was doubled in size through a couple of different, we had walks for the pantry and so forth.
Oh, wow.
And actually the Pandolfo company built one of the sections totally free of charge for us.
Wow.
And then we paid for the second section.
Excellent. And that's the former location.
That's the former location.
So the new location, how long have you been there?
So we moved on May 31st.
Okay.
So a few months we've been at the new location. And, it's working out really, really well for us. It's about 3 times the size.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
you
you guys made very efficient use of space.
Yes.
In the last location. So this place is much bigger, and
Much
you have
bigger.
more refrigerators and
Yep, more
you have
space for
freezers
everything.
for the turkeys.
Yeah, well, actually, so the turkeys there.
Wait.
So I mean, we need 140 turkeys. So
That's a lot of refrigerator space.
Yeah, we wouldn't have the freezer space for that in our pantry. We need the everyday, we need that for our everyday items. So Wegmans is storing our turkeys, and they've done that for a few years.
Excellent.
Yeah, so they have enormous freezers in their back room, so they're storing a pallet of turkeys for us.
But they'll move them over so those 140 families don't have to do their shopping on Murray Avenue and then head across town to Wegmans.
Correct. So although
whichever
it's
direction it is.
Rotary that moves them. So this is a real big town right. We pulled everyone in.
It's a project.
It's a big project. So the Rotary helps us with the turkeys. So they're in charge of taking the turkeys from Wegmans and bringing them to the UCC church where the distribution goes out of.
Oh, it's there. Okay.
Yes.
So you're not going to the pantry, you're going to the UCC church.
Yes. Yeah, the UCC church hosts Thanksgiving. It's a
starting to
town-wide
feel I
effort.
need a map.
Yes.
I also keep thinking I'm really glad you're not doing fresh turkeys because they're wandering through my backyard as we speak. So that's a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
Not too fresh. Let's go with the frozen.
Yeah, they're nice and frozen.
No feathers at all. Okay, I digress. I'm sorry.
No, so yeah, the turkeys will get moved to the UCC on the 20th, and they'll help the Rotary volunteers also help carry groceries out to people's cars.
Okay.
So that's a big part of it.
How do you find out about those 140 families? How do they have to apply, or is it the usual list of food pantry patrons, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's mostly food pantry clients. It's mostly our current clients. So it's open, every year they know it's open up to them to sign up. We ask them if they would like a Thanksgiving meal, and then we give them the information on where to pick it up and when. And we also get a few extras from usually the Council on Aging, sometimes veterans. Because it's hosted by the UCC Church and most of it, the food is donated from the public, we're able to open it up to more than just clients that are registered with us. So that's how we do it. So we've got about 137. We'll probably expect 140, 145 this year.
Okay, now if someone wants to contribute to the turkey feast, what's it called again?
In-gathering.
In-gathering, okay, I'm like the turkey thing.
That's what we call it, yeah.
Because I'm also trying to envision, okay, you get this big turkey. Not a lot of people have big roasting pans, so are you also looking for donations of those aluminum turkey pans or any of that stuff?
That's not something we've typically given out.
Okay.
This year, though, there were some things that sort of came to mind because we've done it the same way every single year, and so I've kind of started to try to rethink a little bit of it. So that's actually a really good suggestion. I hadn't thought of that.
Don't forget about the pies, too.
Yeah.
The Boy Scouts.
Yes.
What about the pies?
Oh, yeah. Judy's thinking about pie, which I don't blame her.
Priorities.
Like pie.
Priorities.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Part of the dinner is fresh pies.
Ooh,
and the Cub Scouts collect pies at Shaw's, so they stand outside. So this is one thing, if you're asking what people can do, they can go to Shaw's on the 19th, the same day as our food drive, and they can buy a pie and then donate it to the Cub Scouts, who will be standing outside asking for.
Perfect.
And they are wonderful. They stand outside and they wait until they get enough pies that they know how many we need because we tell them, and they don't leave until they get enough. So
what if they
Shaw's-
got extra pies?
Oh, well, then we give people more than one pie.
Oh, I love it.
mean,
I love it. Can never have too much pie.
Right.
Yeah, and if we have some larger families, so we base it on family size too. So if we know if there's a family of 5, we try to give them 2 pies at least. So, or more, it'll be depending on the
family of 3
size.
probably gets a different box than the family of 8.
Correct. Yeah, and that's all.
Just making up those numbers.
That's all. My co-organizer Dina, who is incredible. She's the numbers person. So this is how we work. I help with the organizing, and then I say, Dina, this is how many people we have, and this is how big the families, and she gets out her spreadsheet.
Work your magic.
And she figures out we need this many cans of cranberry, we need this many jars of gravy. She has it all down to a science. So, it's a big effort with a lot of people involved.
Yeah, it sounds like a major project. I mean, I have a hard enough time coming up with a Thanksgiving meal for one family, and you're doing it for 140.
Yep, it's a lot. And when we talk about 140 families, so that translates to somewhere around between 350 to 400 individuals in our town that are receiving this.
That's a lot of cranberry sauce.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Anything that I'm missing about the Thanksgiving thing that we should be talking about?
Am I missing anything? Oh, we do get fresh rolls donated by La Marca Bakery.
Ooh, okay.
Every year. I mean, they donate all of them, and it's usually 150 dozen rolls. That's a large donation, and we appreciate that very much.
That's like a dozen rolls per family.
Yep, everybody gets a dozen. Everybody gets a
leftovers.
Nice fresh dozen rolls. And we do receive some of the food from the Greater Boston Food Bank, some of the fresh vegetables and the turkeys, if we can. Okay. Otherwise, we have a company that works with us every year, is Erlin Construction, and they always say, "What do you need?" And sometimes we ask them for maybe some turkey breasts for those smaller families that don't want a whole turkey. So I mean, and I can't even mention all of the companies and all of the
So check out the website, and everybody's going to be listed there.
Because it's a lot of people get involved, and a lot of companies get involved, and people donate money, food, time, volunteer. It's a huge effort.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now parallel to the pie collecting and the turkey stuff, you also mentioned the drive-through food drive. Can you give us a little more information should somebody want to donate?
Absolutely.
Are there times, or where would they find out about your wish list of things that are desperately needed?
Yes. Great. Great question. So Saturday the 19th, November 19th, so not this coming, but the following Saturday, is when the food drive is happening. It's going to be at the United Church of Christ. That way we don't have to move everything all around the place. So the food that comes in, we distribute.
So the white church on the corner across from Simon's Park.
Across from Simon's Park. Yep. So you'll pull in the driveway. Somebody will come to your car and say thank you very much and take your donations right out of your car for you. You don't have to get out and lug anything. We'll do the lugging.
Really is drive-through.
Yeah, it is. Full service. That came out of COVID. That was one of those.
Yeah.
That was one of those ideas. Those silver linings that came out of COVID. So the items we need are not just strictly Thanksgiving, but we do have a list that we've broadcast. We've put it on social media. It can certainly be found, if you call the pantry, or it's not listed on our website right now, but it is on Facebook if you follow us on Facebook. So we've been sharing that list. Otherwise the go-to staples for Thanksgiving are appreciated too.
Okay.
And it's between 10 and 1 on the 19th.
Okay, perfect. No waiting, just drive right up.
Drive through,
and
no
we'll take
waiting.
care of the rest.
Exactly.
So before we get into the whole holiday wish tree, I want to back up a little bit because we've talked about the food pantry, but the title of the show was People Helping People. So how are those two related, and are they synonymous, or does People Helping People cover a bigger umbrella, and what is incorporated under that big umbrella?
Originally, actually, our logo was an umbrella. And it had...
What, not anymore?
No, we have a newer logo.
Okay. Shows how much I pay attention. I thought it was still
the original logo was an umbrella, and it had a little gift under it, a cross, and an apple. And of course, the gift represented the holiday program, the apple represented the food pantry, and the cross represented probably the least known fact is that we support the Covenant for Basic Needs.
Oh,
which,
okay. Is that a different organization?
No, it's all part of People Helping People.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's the part that I think most people don't understand about us. Youth and Family Services have people that come that need help with paying rent, utility bills. Sometimes they need to take a test, like we paid for someone to take a nursing exam.
Oh, okay, that kind of test.
You know, those types of things, but it's mostly for rental assistance and utility assistance. Once in a while, something else will come up. And the counselors at the Youth and Family Services let us know, and we write a check. And we take it to them, and they help that person. Usually it's a one-time donation or payment for them, and then people at Youth and Family Services help them plan a budget. Sometimes they plan for the people to pay back. Maybe it's just $5 a month. Most of the time we forgive the payment. But that's, I think, one of the things that a lot of people don't know, that people helping people.
But it's still continuing.
Yes, we do that. Sometimes they let us know about a family that needs some clothing. They also work with Help Us in getting clothing from Joyce. Sometimes they let me know during the holiday season, you know, besides the gifts the children have asked for, they really need like comforters. We went out and made sure they got the comforters as well as
like a gift to the home.
Right.
Oh.
So, you know, we kind of all work together. But those are the three parts of People Helping People. And our mission is to help Burlington residents in need.
Excellent.
A very simple, basic mission.
But a very important one.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't understand, you know, we see all these McMansions going up in town. You know, nice
one's
little,
right next to me.
Right, nice little ranch houses being knocked down. I see them all the time going down Skilton Lane. Even on Terrace Hall now, there's been a couple of huge houses being built. But we have a lot of needy families in town. And there's still people out there that have food insecurities that we wish would go to the pantry. And I know the guidance counselors at the schools have been trying to work with those families.
How would somebody apply for help from People Helping People? Whether it's the food pantry or some of these other...
Julie can tell that.
Yeah, I mean, so in order to get help from what Judy was talking about with the Covenant for Basic Needs, if it was like a financial assistance, that would go through Youth and Family Services. So they would call Youth and Family Services in Burlington. If they need food assistance, they should call us at the food pantry. It's pretty simple. All we ask for is proof of residency. So that could be, you know, a recent utility bill that came to your residence. And because we only serve Burlington residents, that's our, you know, that's the, what our organization does. And then just some type of proof of income, just so that we see that you fall within the guidelines that we cover and serve. And that's it. And that's all we need. And then, you know, that gets you covered for a weekly food pickup from us for a full year.
Oh, wow.
And then you re-register after another year goes by.
Neat. So we've talked about two of the three aspects of People Helping People. So can you tell us more about the holiday wish tree, or the wish tree?
Sure. Actually, I've been involved with the Wish Tree program probably for about 10 or 11 years right now. I used to do a little piece of it. Now I do the bigger piece. So this year
You
happens
got
to
roped
be,
in.
well, I retired from full-time work, so that's kind of why I took it over, because I'm very passionate about the project. And this is the 25th year
Oh,
that
wow.
we're going to be at Burlington Mall
Okay.
during the holiday season. And so I've met with Sheila Hennessy, who's the director of marketing at the mall.
Okay.
And we're going to have a new silver tablecloth.
Ooh.
And I believe a silver Christmas tree, because it is a silver
anniversary. Okay.
And they now have a public, a firm that will promote us.
Oh.
And they're going to put stuff on the big screens that hang in the mall.
Excellent.
And they're just
It's all
planning
about
a,
the marketing.
a really big event. So we work with to sign up for the program. The people go through the pantry. This year we actually sent all the clients that have children an application online.
Oh,
So they
okay.
could send it in online, or they could give it back to the pantry. I picked 5 up from the pantry just today. I got one last night online.
Okay.
So last year we did have 88 families with 192 children,
Wow.
of which we provided them with basic needs, which are underwear, sweatshirt, pajamas, and shoes or boots.
Okay.
Then they get 3 wishes, around $40.
Okay.
Some of them are more, some less.
So the Nintendo Switch is probably not your top
Right, but
priority.
we can get them a game.
Okay.
And once in a while, someone will ask for something, and I will call them or email them and say, this is way above,
Right.
we can't get Air Jordan sneakers, but we can get Nike sneakers. And they're fine with that.
Okay.
And sometimes some of the families, the parents don't know the cost. And of course they ask
okay.
their children, what would you like?
Right.
So, and then they also get hats and gloves.
Okay.
They get books, and they get a blanket throw. We
Oh,
have the
okay.
Lutheran Church in Burlington for years has donated at least 50 blankets every year
Oh, wow.
to our program. And then we make sure every family gets at least one blanket. Bigger families we try to give 2. There's another company, NetBrain, which is over on Blue Sky Drive. I've just learned
They changed that.
They changed it. And they donate a lot of blankets as well.
Oh,
So,
wonderful.
and we make sure we put some of the wishes at the mall for blankets so that everybody gets a nice warm throw.
Okay.
Lots of children ask for toys. We allow them to ask for 1 gift card, up to like $40 to $50.
Okay.
And then they can ask for clothing. A lot of people ask for winter jackets. Young children, they ask for even just outfits. We have a couple of newborns. They want just clothes for their newborn. So we have children from newborn age, and we go right through seniors in high school.
Okay.
And so all in all, we sort between 2,000 and 3,000 gifts.
Wow.
So every family is just assigned a number, so everything's very confidential.
Okay.
If you go to the mall, the Wish Tree is located, we used to call it the Lord and Taylor Wing, but that's not there. So it's right outside Ann Taylor. It's still at the,
Okay.
it's right above where Santa is.
Okay.
And we have a lot of different organizations that manned the table.
Okay.
And there's wishes there on the table that people can come, choose a wish, purchase it, and then bring it back right to the table.
Okay. With the tag?
With the tag, definitely.
Oh,
And
okay.
so the tag has the gender of the child, the age, and the size of the item that they want.
Okay.
Or some people even give you the style number, where you can find it, which
Wow,
is very
okay.
helpful. It is very helpful because, my daughters are older, so some of the toys I don't recognize. So I do look them up to make sure they're within the right range of
Okay.
price. Sometimes it's a smartwatch, but they do have kids' smartwatches for $39.99. So they're within the range.
Okay.
So that we make sure that the children get their wishes as best as possible.
Okay.
This year, we luckily have had 10 bikes donated by Amazon.
Wow.
They
okay.
had a team bonding activity where they built bikes.
Cool.
So out of the 10, they got 4 built.
well, So it's a start.
So, but it made it easier to transport the rest of the bikes because they were still in the box. And
Oh,
we had a
okay.
volunteer at the pantry put them together.
Okay.
So we have 10, a bike is more than really $40, but we have
Oh, yeah.
10 bikes that we can provide children with, and they gave us the helmets as well.
Oh, wonderful.
So we have a lot of companies that ask to support families. We have individuals that do. The churches do underwear, sweatshirts, and pajamas for children.
Okay.
The UCC Church, Presbyterian Church, St. Mark's Episcopal, St. Veronica's, both the churches, and the temple are
Okay.
involved with purchasing underwear, sweatshirts, and pajamas.
And is that all for the families that participate
yes,
in
all
the Wish
for the
Tree?
families that do
Okay.
participate.
Because I wasn't sure if they helped other people in different
Well,
communities, but they probably do.
Some
but,
of the churches do more than one organization.
but they are also helping out the
Yes.
Wish Tree.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
I didn't know that.
so it's a very involved project. The Wish Tree will be open at the mall the day after Thanksgiving, which is November 25th.
Yes.
And it's open from noon until 7.
Okay.
And then on Saturdays from 11 to 7. So during the week, noon till 7.
So it's not the entire time the mall's open? I don't even know what the mall
Well, I
hours
think
are
they
anymore.
open at 10,
Okay.
but it's mostly walkers. I've been down there at 10 myself, so we walk.
Oh, okay.
But it's busier between 12 and 7. And sometimes if it's busy, people will stay even later.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And whoever sits there last drops all the gifts that have been collected during the day and bring them to my house.
Lucky you.
And then we transport to the building where we sort.
Okay. Because I'm thinking, you're going to lose your living room for like
No, we
a
lose
month.
our family room. We lose a couple of rooms, yes. But the bikes are already where we store things.
Okay, so the bikes are not in
but
your
I
living
do
room right
have
now.
30 teddy bears that another company did as a bonding activity that are
Oh,
at my house.
Fun.
And they're all in nice little individual bags.
I love it.
So we have lots of teddy bears to give out. We have a company that's going to do a big toy collection for us. I have one company that takes almost 175 gifts. And they're not even a
Wow.
Burlington company. They're a Woburn company.
Okay.
And then we have
So those are the same cards that you would find.
except I send it to their building,
Oh,
and they
okay.
they let the people choose what gifts they want to.
Okay.
And then I have individuals that'll adopt a child. Not all Burlington people either. I have one family from Woburn that's been adopting a child for as long as I've been doing it.
Okay. Now, when you go to the Wish Tree, you are not required to sponsor an entire.
Oh no!
I want to
just-
say like an entire child, but that
No.
sounds weird.
just one
um,
gift.
So one
You
gift.
can
of,
some people take one, some people take 3 or 4.
Okay.
Last year we had a young girl come by, and she worked for one of the stores in the area, and she knew the items the store sold. I believe it was Zumi. It's, I think, more of a teenage store.
Okay.
So she picked up items that she knew she could use her discount and purchase.
Oh, okay.
And that a group of them had put some money together
Okay.
and were purchasing some gifts,
Okay.
which I thought was great.
Because I'm just thinking, by the time you get the coat, the boot, the mittens, the 3 toys, I'm like,
No, it's a lot. It
then
can-
that family would need help from.
Right. And then we get miscellaneous. I'll probably have 200-300 miscellaneous toys that are
Okay.
above and beyond what their wishes are. So we
Oh.
sort them into age groups. Lots of times there's board games.
Okay.
It varies. Some people dolls. A lot of
Like the books
basketballs, soccer
sometimes, too.
balls. Mount Hope has done book drives for us.
Oh, okay.
So the children get sometimes 5, 6 books.
That's
So
amazing.
we have to just make sure they are at the right level
Right.
for the children. So they get a very nice amount of gifts. I've gotten some wonderful thank you notes from families saying, you made my child's Christmas. I don't know what I would have done without this. So it makes it all worthwhile. Even just getting 1 or 2 notes makes the whole project
Oh,
worthwhile.
absolutely. Now I'm thinking back to the food pantry families. And sometimes just food can be a basic need, but then sometimes families can manage the basics, but it's the extras like Christmas time. So would they go through the schools or?
I usually connect with the guidance counselors at the
Okay.
schools, and they know some families that they've tried to convince that they
Okay.
know they have food insecurity, but they're either embarrassed or just not sure about going to the food pantry.
Okay.
So they give me just a gender and an age so that it
Okay.
stays very confidential.
Okay.
And I just mark it Fox Hill, Memorial,
Oh,
Pine
okay.
Glen, that type of thing, so that then bring the bags filled with all the items.
Okay.
We bag everything. So I
Okay.
bring the bags to the guidance counselors. They deliver them to still
Okay.
make it so that it's,
And people don't have to wrap the presents when
no,
they
we
bring
give them all the wrapping, the tape, the bows.
Oh, okay.
So we give them that pleasure of wrapping. Except I
I don't know. Some
I
people
do
might
have
not
one
call it-
company that loves to wrap. They do it again, these team bonding activities, which are great because I had to go pick up the teddy bears, and they had a great time making
Oh,
these teddy
yeah.
bears. They even gave out awards to the different ones. So it was a winning team.
Cool.
It really was. And now they're going to take, I believe, 40 gifts to purchase for Christmas, the same company.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
So it's just a real busy time. I heard today from the director at the mall that the security company wants to adopt 30 gifts.
Wow.
So, and we have Warby Parker even sits at the mall a day at the Wish Tree. And they just did a day at the pumpkin patch as well, as did the mall.
So before we get into the pumpkin
Yes,
patch,
right.
because I also
Sorry,
want to talk about that.
Sorry, I put that in there.
Are you still actively looking for volunteers to monitor and cover booth shifts at the mall for the tree?
I'm not sure. We have another Julie,
Okay.
who's our volunteer coordinator.
Okay.
And she's working on that schedule. She
Okay.
took that over for me, which is a big job.
Oh, yeah.
So someone said, well, we have a volunteer coordinator. She can do that. So she's
Excellent.
in the process of scheduling. So we'll
Okay.
see.
So if somebody's interested, they could just
They can go.
email
There's
or?
a place to volunteer right on our website under
Oh.
Wish Tree.
Perfect.
And then
okay.
I just got a message, I believe, from the pantry director, Jim Sheridan,
Okay.
that someone wanted to do something like that. So I will get in touch with that person.
Yeah, I do believe we still have some openings at the. I was just speaking with Julie.
Oh,
today.
really? Okay.
Yeah, so I believe she's still looking for a few more.
Okay,
Not a
just
ton, but
wow.
but a few more.
I'm like, it's still like a month away,
No,
and
but
you're.
No.
it's incredible how much people want to help, though.
Right.
We get people calling us all the time and saying, "What can we do?" So it's amazing. So those shifts fill up pretty fast.
Right. Sometimes it's like 10 people want to come at once, and we don't need 10
Yeah,
people.
no. You'll
We
scare
only need
everybody
two,
away.
2, and 2 type of thing. So it all ends up working out just fine. And we do have a book that has the directions for
Okay.
everything. Usually there's a coordinator. Like a lot of the churches take at least 2 days,
Okay.
and so they let the people know the directions ahead of time. If it's a new company, either my daughter or myself go down to the mall to make sure they know the process of what they need to do.
Okay.
And some of the companies that aren't in their office, they will either mail their packages to my house during COVID.
Oh, lucky you.
During COVID, my neighbors were wondering, are you doing all this shopping? And I said, no. It's really
The Amazon truck's over there again.
it was between FedEx and Amazon and UPS.
And the UPS driver knows me by my first
Yes,
name.
they did.
I
They
know
did.
I know the UPS driver.
They wanted
Mike.
to know what was going on. I had to explain to them that it was.
No,
and
I
the
do not
police
have
station-
47 children.
Actually, the police station had been for us. We're not using them this year. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
Most of the companies are back in their office,
Oh,
which
okay.
is a good thing. And we do have people that will go right to the office, pick up the gifts, take them to our sorting site. Then we have sorters.
Okay.
People that will sort, check off as the gifts come in.
Oh,
Then we
okay.
have baggers. So
Okay.
there's lots.
This is like a
lots of
whole
different- it's a-
system.
It is a system, and we're getting it more computerized each year. A little bit more on the computer.
Technology.
Yes.
Am I missing any special projects that People Helping People cover between like now, November and December?
We have a Capital Grill raffle.
Oh, okay. Tell me more about that.
That's, I believe, Janet Fitzgerald is on our
Board?
fundraising. Thank you.
Fundraising,
Word just
okay.
left my head. The fundraising team, and she just posted today. We had trouble with our PayPal.
Oh,
But
no.
PayPal is up and running, so the money helps to provide gift cards and so forth, because we don't give out a dinner at the Christmas holiday.
Okay.
We give them gift cards, depending on the size of the family, so they can go and
Okay.
buy their own food.
Okay.
So the money from the Capital Grill raffle goes towards that. It's $20 a ticket. It's a dinner for 6, which is worth $1,000. You just have to pay the tip. Some people don't understand that part.
Yeah.
And then we're hoping to bring back our wine tasting,
Ooh.
which is at the Cafe Escadrille.
And when does
We
that
haven't
happen?
had that for 3 years,
Yeah.
which was our biggest fundraiser. And that usually is the last weekend in February. That hasn't been finalized yet.
Okay. But we can stay tuned.
We are staying tuned for the wine tasting.
Okay.
And the Murray family at Capital Escadrille provides all the wine, all the food for us free of charge.
Wow.
So it is totally, we have raffles, silent auction.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that's going to work, but in the past, that's what we've done. We usually have it sold out, usually for about 150 people. Wow. So, and I'm not sure that
Right.
it was $50.
But
when we
just
did
keep it on your radar.
Yes,
it could
is
be
coming.
coming.
Hopefully, end of February.
All right. So let's back up a little bit. Pumpkin patch.
There's still some pumpkins there.
Love driving by and seeing all the pumpkins and seeing everybody's social media posts with the cutout and little faces.
Right.
And so how did that go this year?
Okay, it was it's the 9th year. It would
Okay.
have been 10, but we skipped 1 year during COVID. We did come back last year, and it is an outdoor activity, so
Right.
I think we felt comfortable last year.
But in 2020, nobody knew what was going on.
No, we did
So
not do one. But this was our 9th year doing
Okay.
the pumpkin patch. Every year the profits have gone to People Helping People, primarily towards the food pantry. And we had 1,800 pumpkins delivered. Wow. And thanks to 12 students from Burlington High School that helped unload the truck.
I think it was
That-
rainy that day. That
It did
first
start to
day.
rain,
Yeah. Oh,
but they were fabulous.
excellent.
And we did have some other folks helping as well. But
Okay.
those dozen high schoolers, we had high schoolers last year as well. They were from Adopt a Class, DECA,
Okay.
and National Honor Society.
Oh, okay.
So, and they also took 2 days selling at the patch, which was great.
Score.
So we sold, I believe, $18,000 worth of pumpkins.
Excellent.
And between that and the raffles, next Wednesday there's going to be a thank you dinner for all the volunteers. And their check will be presented to Julie and Jim for over $7,000. Wow. So, and the pumpkins come from Arizona, New Mexico, and the Navajos. So they get a portion of what we sell as
Okay.
well. You know, some people think we should do it locally, but we get all the pumpkins with no money up front.
Oh,
okay. You just pay for what you sell.
Okay.
So there's still some pumpkins left. And we still have our Venmo card there.
Well-
So if somebody just wants to take 4 or 5 pumpkins and donate $5, they can do that. Otherwise, they're going to go into the woods. And the deer and the squirrels and
Oh my gosh,
everybody
the
will
deer
have
will love
a feast
them.
all winter. And
Bring
for
some
all
over
the
to this-
pumpkins we've put in the woods, there's never been a pumpkin grow from it.
No.
So, but it's been a super successful year. Every year we've
Excellent.
been able to donate more. And it's a total community effort. I mean, people from Town Hall take a day, banks do, the church organizations all chip in and help take days, sometimes just individuals. There's a young woman, Julie Corbeau, and her 2 children take a day, and they even put little eggs out with little
I
prizes
remember she
in
used to
it.
do that with Mother to Mother.
Yeah, she did, and she's done it every year. And now her
that's
kids are
awesome.
6th grade, I think, and 4th
Yes.
grade, and they're still out there. She loves doing the patch.
I think the kids love it too.
They do. They do. They had
Excellent.
cookies this year to decorate.
Fun!
You know, so, and they had hot cider. So, you know, it's a real community effort, the pumpkin patch, and people helping people benefit from it.
Excellent. Now, does people helping people need volunteers just in general? Or is it just for these special events like the Wish Tree or
Yeah, I
and
mean,
how would somebody go about? Do they have to have a certain skill set? Do they have to say, okay, I'll do 20 hours a week? Or is it, you know?
No. No, so I mean, first I will just shout out all of our regular volunteers because we have about somewhere between 70, 75 volunteers
Excellent.
that come in throughout the week, Monday through Thursday. And it's usually a 1.5 to 2 hour shift that they come in. Sometimes it's sorting. We have a Saturday sort team. We have teams that, you know, maybe sort the fresh vegetables that come in. They, you know, clean them up and get them into bags.
Okay.
They get things ready for distribution. And then there are distribution volunteers. I'm still in my head.
No, that's okay.
Um,
They're working, they just
yeah,
don't get paid.
Exactly. And we joke about that all the time.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you're getting overtime today. Not. Yeah, so there are volunteers who pack bread bags and volunteers who work the distribution shifts. So we have a drive-up system, so the clients don't come indoors to shop anymore
Oh, okay.
since COVID.
Okay.
Yep. So
you read my mind.
Yep. So we have a tablet that has the menu on it, and they, you know, the clients
cool.
go and pick what they would like.
Now, do they have to do that before showing up, or do you just
Nope.
hand them a tablet and say, check it off, and then?
Yeah, exactly. So they pull up, we get them checked into the system, and then we give them a tablet that has the menu, and they can pick whatever they would like. And then our volunteers inside pack that order for them. So they wait, you know, 10 or 15 minutes.
It's not bad.
And then we bring it out to their car and put it in their car for them.
Perfect.
So, but yeah, the volunteers are incredible. That's the best part of my job is working with all of these
They are.
awesome people.
Nice people.
Week in and week out. I mean, they're just nice people with good hearts who just want to help, you know.
I love it.
So yes, it's fun. It's a fun place to come and volunteer. So definitely, if you're interested, if people are interested in volunteering, they can go to our website, peoplehelpingpeople.org. I'm sorry, peoplehelpingpeopleinc.org.
Somebody else had the people helping people.
Or they can call the food pantry.
Okay.
And we have our volunteer coordinator, Judy, who's the other Julie. To make it confusing, we'll get in touch and she'll talk with people and kind of find out what their skill set is. If they just want to come in and sort, you know, or they want to come in and pack or whatever it is, we can find a shift for them.
Okay.
We don't necessarily always have open regular shifts available, but we always will put people on a fill-in list.
Oh, okay.
You know, we've been very lucky lately. We've just had a really good crew that has stuck around. So we're not having a lot of turnover right now,
Okay.
which is fabulous. So we don't have open shifts, but we have fill-in shifts.
Okay.
And when a
So
fill-in
you are-
person wants to grab that open shift that opens up, they can. And then we also are looking for volunteers with skill sets like computers. You know, we're trying to open it up more into that,
Okay.
you know, right now. We're trying to work on our website, for example. So, you know, things like that we're just a small organization. So the director, Jim, and myself don't necessarily know how to build a website. So we need help, you know, and we don't necessarily know
And, like,
how to
building a database to keep track of all
yes,
this stuff.
Yes,
and-
exactly.
okay.
So those are the things, you know, if somebody has a special skill, that they think might pertain to a not-for-profit organization and they would like to give some of their time, we welcome them to call and talk to us, of course.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, we don't need any help. No.
yeah, we're fine.
No. I know. I totally get that.
Yeah, social media is another one. If somebody is social media savvy, we're really trying to build up our social media. That's another one. So, there's lots of things that could help that aren't just sorting food or packing bags.
We have talked about, donations from companies and businesses for these special events or, community drives. Does People Helping People also have like grants that you receive finance from or any other government assistance, or is it just community based?
Yeah, so we are funded primarily on donations from the public and from companies, but we do receive, there are grants we can apply for. So if for a specific purpose.
So if somebody knows how to grant write.
There's
Yes,
another one.
That is one
That
we would
is
love
one.
to have.
For example, we received some grants for our Victory Garden, which we haven't talked about. Another
We'll talk
thing
about
we
that
do,
next.
Yeah.
Okay.
to build the meadow, to encourage pollination in our vegetable garden growing.
Okay.
So grants for specific purposes.
Okay.
We recently received the ARPA grant.
The APRA grant for $100,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you have to, I believe, our treasurer just did an application. I think it had to be in the end of September, and she had to list things that we have used some of the money for. So we've already
Okay.
paid it out. They will then reimburse us. And then there's another
okay.
deadline, I believe, in January or February. So anything that gets done there or that we know will get done, we can apply. They will reimburse.
Okay.
So it's primarily donations and then some grants here and there.
Okay.
Now the ARPA, that 100,000, that was enormous.
That was like,
that's not
yeah.
a typical
no.
amount of money that we would receive from any source at any one given time. But
Right. So we're getting some Cummings money.
yes, Cummings Property. We had 2 different employees nominate us as the recipients for some
Oh, cool.
grants. So we're getting $3,000 from Cummings. And we got recently Redstone did a fundraiser for us,
Oh,
a quarterly
cool. Okay.
fundraiser, and we got 4,000 from them. The Papagenos and D'Angelos that
Okay.
combined on Cambridge Street there.
Yep.
They donated their first day of sales to us, which was over $3,000.
Oh, cool.
So very generous. We couldn't do that. We couldn't do what we do without that.
Right.
Without that type of funding, and individuals, it adds up. Those individual donations
Oh,
from.
totally.
There's some people that donate on a monthly basis. Every month, we have a person who does all our thank you notes, and she said she's amazed at how long some of these people, it could be $50 every month to $250 every month, and that's how we exist, basically.
Cool. Well, now you've mentioned the Victory Garden.
Yeah.
You need to fill me in.
Yes.
Yes, the Victory Garden. So it just wrapped up its season.
Okay.
Last week we just got the last harvest, some kale and some chard
Wow.
from the
Okay.
garden. Yeah, and
And that's part of the community garden, right? There's like half of it is
Yep.
the Victory Garden, the other half people can like rent plots.
Yeah, rent plots, and then there's
Or
also
lease plots
a
or-
school plot for Francis Wyman,
okay.
like a teaching garden as well. And they actually brought us some vegetables from that this year, which was
I
so
love it.
cool.
Right.
But yeah, so the garden has been around since 2013, I think.
I think so. I remember when Peter first approached us about it, we were worried about who was going to do the
Manage it.
planting, the weeding, and all of that because
It's a
we
lot
so
of
we're a
work.
little apprehensive, but it has worked out tremendously well.
Yeah, so we set a goal. So last growing season, we harvested a total of about just under 2,500 pounds of vegetables. That's a lot. I
Wow.
mean, because
Right.
you think about kale. Kale's not very heavy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the squash is heavy, but the kale isn't. So it's a balance, right? So 2,500 pounds is a lot
Yeah.
of food that we grew in our little,
And you also have
town
like the
garden.
herb row, and
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
rosemary doesn't weigh a lot
Yeah,
either.
and
No,
parsley. No, yeah, and we have a wide variety of vegetables that they grow out of that garden. So we set a goal this year to grow 3,000 pounds, and then the drought happened.
And then the drought
heat
I was about to say,
happened,
yeah.
You know, and we were worried that it wasn't going to happen, but the last harvest brought us up over 2,900 pounds this year.
You almost made it.
I know, we were so
Almost.
close, and we're saying we met our goal with an asterisk because we know that the woodchucks and deer ate at least 100 pounds. So
Yes, I know.
Oh, those woodchucks.
Yeah.
so
And there's a fence around the whole thing.
yeah,
and
oh
those
yeah,
woodchucks
the woodchucks
figure
go
out a
and the
way.
deer are tall enough. So
Oh.
but yeah, I mean, huge success, and we couldn't do it without our our master gardener, lead garden volunteer named Peter Capola. He's was one of the people who started it in the very beginning, and
Okay.
he's been with it ever since. He oversees it.
Wow.
And then we have several volunteers that spend hours and
Oh,
hours
do.
in
You
the
have
garden every
I've
year.
walked up by there, and they're always out there weeding.
Yep.
and
It's a lot of work involved.
It is a lot of work.
It's so much. It's very physical. It's very, strenuous work.
And there's not room for machinery, so everything
No.
has to be hand
even
done.
even the tilling in the beginning of the spring, they all with shovels, like by hand.
Wow.
And Peter himself does a lot of it.
So does he kind of figure out what is planted where and
Yes.
He does.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's great. He works with us at the pantry and says, this is what I'm thinking for this year. He has it all mapped out. This will be like row A1. This will be all carrots, and this will be, and he says, what do you think? And knowing your clients at the food pantry, do you think we should reduce or increase any of these items?
how many rows of kale would you like?
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, it's a huge effort, and again, with the volunteers, I mean, it's incredible what can be accomplished with, the hundreds of people. Really, I mean, there's 75 probably throughout the week at the pantry, but then if you add in the holiday volunteers for the wish tree and Thanksgiving and the pumpkin I mean, it's hundreds of people really that help people helping people
Wow.
in Burlington, our little
Hence
Burlington.
the name, people
Yes.
helping people.
Throughout the year. So it's pretty awesome.
Neat. Now, bouncing around back to the Thanksgiving meal prep, combining with the Victory Garden, you were mentioning like fresh vegetables and everything. Are there other sources of fresh produce that you are able to access for the pantry?
Yes, we have several sources. We get a lot from the Victory Garden.
Well, yeah,
Obviously.
3,000 pounds.
3,000 pounds
you know.
is a lot. We also get some fresh vegetables and fruits from the Greater Boston Food Bank.
Oh, okay.
It's all based on availability. There's no guarantee with our Greater Boston orders.
Okay.
And then we get Boston Area Gleaners is a company that takes. They're sort of like a food rescue, but for farms. So they go
Oh,
to,
okay.
they partner with farms in the area that have overflow produce. It might
Okay.
be too much. They don't have enough that they're going to sell to the stores, or they're going to sell to wherever buys them, or it's just stuff that's not as pretty.
I was about to say there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that your carrots might be
Yeah, or the squash is cracked a little, but it's still
Yeah.
perfectly fine. And we get a lot of really great produce from Gleaners throughout
Okay.
the summer, throughout the growing season. Slowing down now, we probably get, into late November, and then we won't see them again until the
Okay.
spring. And then we get produce from grocery stores who donate it. Most of it comes via a food rescue called Love and Spoonfuls.
Oh, okay.
That goes to grocery stores, supermarkets, and
Oh,
picks
okay.
up donations, including fresh produce and lots of other
Oh,
things.
cool. Okay, I haven't heard heard about them yet.
Yes.
Kinda neat.
Yeah, Love and Spoonfuls is incredible organization, really. It's a food rescue. So their mission is to
Rescue food.
stop food from going into the dumpster or the
Yeah.
compost, So they because a lot of little pantries like ours don't have the resources to go to this store and this store and this store and pick up
Right.
those donations. So they do that, and then they come and deliver it to us. So their
Okay.
truck pulls up to us, and they
So they
say,
also have stuff like baked good, like bakery stuff and.
yeah, I mean, they have dairy, they have meat, they have prepared foods.
Hadn't thought about all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So we get a lot of
So
that
you just
stuff
get it
from-
in a smaller scale, and you can put it, like the prepared foods.
Yep.
Here,
Yeah,
have
here's-
some mac and cheese.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
here's
or-
some like freshly made sandwiches that the grocery store had a few too many, so they donated.
Cool.
And yeah, it's incredible. All the different organizations that come together to help.
I am just looking through this because I think
Can I just mention one more thing? about the wish
absolutely,
tree?
because I'm
I just
getting lost.
I want to get a little plug in for Rosa Mexicana, which
Oh,
is a new restaurant at the
yeah.
mall. So they are going to host cocktails and hors d'oeuvres for all the companies that donate to us,
Oh, okay.
which is very nice. I
So
just
kind of
got
like a thank you dinner
a
type.
little thank you. It's from 5
reception.
to 7 on November 28th. And I just got the menu just before I came here, so
Ooh.
it's quite extensive. And they're paying for all of it. But they're also giving us gift certificates, so anyone who stops by the Wish Tree, and if they like eating at Rosa Mexicana, they're
Okay.
going to give us coupons that they can have a free guac made at their
Ooh.
table. So for
That's
anyone
cool.
that stops by the mall and picks up and buys a wish,
Okay.
we will give them a coupon.
Grants a wish. Oh, I love it.
So that's another little perk that's coming.
Now, is it only for like the first 100 or?
No, they're giving me 350.
Wow.
So,
Awesome.
Okay.
which is awesome, I thought.
Yeah.
So that's another little perk that's part of our 25-year celebration, I guess.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
and they're also doing a sock drive for us at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So the sock drive, that's not really pantry stuff, is it?
No, that we'll put the socks and stuff out when people come for
For-
the distribution for their holiday gifts.
Okay. Because that's
So-
like not a normal collection that you do year round. That's
No, no.
Okay.
No,
What am I forgetting?
try to think of anything else.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't mention all the hours at the mall. So the Wish Tree's at the mall Monday through Friday from noon to 7.
Okay.
Saturdays 11 to 7, and Sundays 12 to 6.
Okay. And the food pantry
Oh, what times are they
volunteer
open?
hours are just Monday through Thursday?
Monday through Thursday. The hours vary depending on the shift.
Okay.
We're open for distribution Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at different times.
Oh, okay.
The Thursday distribution goes into the evening, so if people only have
Tuesday.
evening.
Tuesday.
I'm sorry, yeah, you're right, Tuesday. I should know that. I'm there
So you're
every
closed
Wed-
on Saturdays?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, although we have a Saturday sort team too.
Oh, okay.
So and that's a lot of times we have young people who need
Okay.
volunteer hours for high school.
Because that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're kind of ruling out the whole student.
Yes, we have a time for the
population.
students, and we have an awesome Larry Warfield is our Saturday sort team lead, and he
Larry's
loves to work
awesome.
with the students. Yeah, Larry. He's awesome.
Yes, he invited our Cub Scouts over there because our Cub Scout pack did a food drive, and then the Bears, which are third graders, they got to help sort. And
yes.
oh my gosh, that was like the best thing ever. They got to
Yes.
sort.
Yes, Larry loves to educate and work with the
This
kids.
was at the
so.
former location, so
Yep.
we were kind of cramped, but we had fun.
Yeah,
lot
come
more.
back. We can spread out
A
now.
lot more space. We also give out a scholarship at senior night.
Oh,
It's
okay.
in memory of one of our pantry directors at one point, Kathy Abazara.
Oh, okay.
Her family sponsors the scholarship. It's a scholarship worth $5,000. We've
Wow.
given out, I think it'll be at least 3 years. This might be the 4th year we'll give out a scholarship. We usually give out two $2,500
Okay.
ones. And then they match that and make a donation to the pantry.
Oh, excellent.
But Kathy was instrumental in getting us involved with the Greater Boston Food Bank.
Okay, there's a connection.
And it's quite a process an application to fill out, and she took care of all of that. So we
Excellent.
have to thank her. And she passed away a few years ago, so the scholarship is in her
In
memory.
her honor. Oh,
And
I
it's
love it.
based on volunteerism.
Oh, okay.
So they have to write an essay and tell ways in which they volunteered. And a couple of
cool.
members of the board and the Abazar family read through all of them. I think there were over 30 applicants last year.
Wow.
And we gave out 2 scholarships. So
Excellent.
I think each year it's been 2.
Excellent. So volunteer and it might
Volunteer,
pay
you
its
might be able to get scholarship money.
I love it. But we are out of time. So thank you both very much for,
Thank you.
for joining
Thank you.
us. And I hope everyone at home has also appreciated our conversation. Looking forward to the upcoming holiday season and how you, as a people person, can help other people and bring the community together through kindness. So thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you around town. Good night.